Hey guys, it's Helen Hart-Smith again here from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. I wanted to make a small video today to share with you. I've got a mini haul. There's not a lot of stuff here, but over the last weekend, I went up north with my coven sisters. Almost all of us from the coven were together for the weekend, and we did a little bit of shopping, so I thought I'd share with you some of the fun stuff that I picked up. Let's get in it. So the first store that we went to is the Self Bookstore in Traverse City, Michigan. It is a great store. I've been there multiple times and I really enjoy it. And they're in a relatively new location from where I first found them. And so I'm going to do a review on the blog about that. So look for that. And I don't know if it'll be done by the time I post this video, but I'll try to do some cross posting so that if you're interested in checking out the blog post, you can do that. Okay. So anyhow, let's see, what did I get there? So I picked up some sacred tobacco. This is just a bag with some rather nice larger leaf tobacco. This is a 1 ounce package, so I picked that up. I was actually low and I forgot that I was low, and I like to use tobacco as an offering, and I didn't realize that I was out, that I'd used everything that was in my travel witch bag. And so yeah, definitely needed to pick this up. So that was nice. And I also picked up, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, maybe. So this is a votive holder, obviously. And I have no idea how this was put on. But if you're a child of the 70s and remember the Shrinky Dinks, that is kind of what this looks like. Whatever is wrapped around here, it's definitely something that's not part of the glass. It was something that was put on, and it's something that was like some kind of shrink wrapped on it. But I saw it, and there were different designs, but if you can see right there, there is a crystal grid design on this particular one. And so there's a large one there, and then there's another section here that has smaller crystal grids. And so I thought that this would be a great thing to have to put a candle in, to put on my crystal grid when I use it. And I could even use it to put, you know, specific stones that I wanted to charge for a specific purpose, or, you know, anything that would fit in there, not just stones. So I thought this was a great little addition to my tool collection. So I got that. And then the rest of what I bought at Higher Self was stones. They had just gotten back apparently from a stone show in Denver. So there were a lot of new things that were just on the floor that were in the back. And they have quite a bit of stones to begin with. But so 3 out of the 4 things that I bought actually came from this Denver show. So the first thing that I got is this little piece of Bloodstone. Love the red markings there and there. And I've had a couple of people look at these and actually see things. Like, actually right in here, doesn't that almost look like some kind of a spirit with a mouth or something? Thought that was really cool. And the roomie, she was looking at this other side, and she was saying something about like a wolf face. So I can kind of see that, kind of interesting. So this is actually a worry stone. It's been smoothed to what's considered a worry stone. And I think what I'm going to do, I have other Bloodstone, but I liked this, and I like that it's a worry stone. I'm going to carry this in my purse with some other stones that I always have on me. So that was the purpose for buying this one. So that was kind of groovy. Now the next thing I got is a piece of Chevron Amethyst. And if you can see the actual, this one doesn't have huge chevron markings, but there's some, there is some there that you can see. And what actually happens, I have a larger piece of Chevron Amethyst. On the larger pieces, it's a little easier to pick out. There's actually chevron designs in them. And so yes, I have a large piece of the Chevron Amethyst, but the purple that is in that stone is a lot lighter in color than this one is. I was intrigued by the dark purple on these ones, and so I had to have one. It was speaking to me. So yeah, I got it. So then another thing I got, this is, I'm so excited for this. So this is actually a piece of raw amber. And I mean, it's super light, which I was really surprised about. But the characteristics of this particular piece of amber is so cool to me. First of all, I love the scoop that's in here. It's a very natural way to hold it. I mean, I can't imagine what I'd want to scoop with it, but if I wanted to scoop with it, I could. So this piece was amazing. There's lots of little texture peat marks in, especially on the back. I don't know if you can pick that out, but I've always wanted amber, and a lot of times the amber that I see is like expensive, and so this was a really nice price, and so I had to have that. Yay, for multiple reasons. Now, the last thing that I got, hold on guys, I need a drink because mommy's been talking. Wet the whistle. The last thing that I bought from Higher Bookshelf is this. Now this is called a K2 stone. So this stone is actually from the K2 mountain. That is the second tallest mountain on the planet. And this mountain is essentially in Pakistan. It's between, is that right? Pakistan. I think that's right. It's on the border between Pakistan and China, I think I read. Gosh, I feel like I didn't. I think it's Pakistan. So the mountain starts with a K, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I will kill it, and we'll all be embarrassed for me. Anyhow, so these particular rocks have there's some debate as to what the other rock is, but you see the little blue specks in there. Some believe that it's azurite. And then the rest of the piece is granite. And so a lot of the pieces that they had at the store were actually this kind of square shape that was this kind of reminds me of a tile piece, honestly. But there were a lot of pieces. The blue here is a little muddled and not as clear, but some other pieces, the blue looked just like it was dice. And so that kind of really spoke to me. So I poked around and found a piece that was that spoke to me. And this is actually a stone that you can use for healing purposes. So I was kind of geeked about that, since that's my journey for this year is being healthy and stuff like that. So picked that guy up, and kind of eager to work with that and see what happens. I think I might carry that with me as well. We'll see what happens. So if you want to know anything more about that, ask me questions and I'll be happy to answer how I work with them in the future. Another place that we went to, we found out about a little herb farm that was in the area where we rented the house, and the place is actually called Woodland Herb Farm, and we went there, and it's a pretty small spot, but the lady that runs it was super sweet. She had lots of lavender stuff, but she also had other herbs. She had vanilla powder and different things like that. She even had plants for sale and stuff. And so it was a nice little place, and I really enjoyed it. She also had like some teapots and different things like that, but I was low on lavender. And so I actually got this whole big bag of lavender. It doesn't have like the weight on there, but there's got to be 4 ounces of lavender in there. And guys, it smells good. Now, I am not a lavender fan, but this lavender I like. So, and it was grown locally. You could see that she had a garden area in the back of the little shop, and it was kind of like at her house, or there was a house there, I don't know. But you could tell that it was grown right there and stuff like that. And I only paid $5.25 for this big bag of lavender, and it smells really delicious. Yum. So there's that. And then we stopped at a bookstore, and I've been wanting to add, I have elemental altars in my sacred space for the directions. And so I've been wanting to find representations of the animals that I work with to incorporate into those altars as well, because there's a specific animal for each direction, including above, below, right, and left. And so I've been looking for, and I've got some different things for the different animals, but in the West, I have a bobcat that I work with, and she's kind of a juvenile cat, and so she helps me to kind of maintain my youthful playfulness and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of bummed that I didn't think ahead to put this in a safer spot, but I'm going to put it in a frame anyhow, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. But I found this postcard, and this is pretty much what Cat looks like, although it's a little serious for Cat. But it's just a postcard. It's like an oversized postcard. And I was like, this is so cool. My water altar is actually on the smaller side, and it shares space with my Bridget altar. So this is something that I can definitely put on a frame, and I can hang it on the wall if I want to, or if I actually put it on the altar, it's going to take up, you know, a minimal amount of space. So this is actually a great representation for me to have for that altar. So I was really excited to pick that up for her. And then you've heard me talk about my Wildflower of Michigan book, and this is another one from the series. The author is Stan Tekelia. I don't know. But this is his Birds of Michigan guide. And this one is considerably smaller than the Wildflower one that I have. This one's under 3 pages. It's right around 270 pages. But it's just as nice as the bird, or as the Wildflower book that I have. And so I want to work with this one a little bit, and I'll probably do a review on it. A neat thing about this too is that there is a companion audio CD, and I'm not sure exactly what's on it, but what I'm assuming is that there's probably tracks of bird calls, like what the birds sound like. So I don't know if that's something that I particularly need or not, but if you're interested in something like that, it's out there. So there is that book, and yeah, that's pretty much what I got. We didn't do a lot of shopping, and that was okay. We weren't meant to do a lot of shopping. But those are the witchy type things that I picked up and brought home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. We love to have you back here at the channel checking stuff out. We recorded a lot of podcasts over the weekend, so kind of look for those in the coming weeks. We got some guests involved in some podcasting, Kathy and I did, so I'm kind of excited about that. And so yeah, leave a comment below or at theheartofthewitchespath@yahoo.com email, and make sure to check us out on Instagram at Heart of the Witches Path. So thanks for walking the path for a little while with me, and until next time, blessed be.